this year, what perhaps more than any other year, I have looked across the brackets and I have failed to see something that we usually see, which is a lot of prohibitive favorites. I feel like last year, both Richland Springs and Bremond and West Orange Stark and maybe even Aledo entered as prohibitive favorites. You would need to come up with a compelling reason to not pick them. Mm-hmm. I'm having trouble coming up with many this year. Are there any teams that you see now that you got the brackets in your hands that you say, all right, I need to be convinced that they are not winning the championship?
If any, only one. Mm-hmm. Carthage.
Yeah.
If any, and even having said that, I've been so impressed with La Vega down the stretch. I know Argyle is playing on one leg, so to speak, right now in terms of the quarterback situation, but they're so good all around the ball and in other areas as well. So there's enough given doubt in there to say maybe it's not a fait accompli for Carthage, but they're the closest thing to a lock if shoved into a corner and said, pick one, if not more. Yeah. And I could probably only go with that one. I think there's enough. There is enough, I think, up for grabs in Division II. To not say West Orange Stark is an absolute slam dunk, but they're certainly the favorite. Mm-hmm. I would think that. And then obviously we talked about it at length in 6A. There's enough bona fide, absolute contenders in both the Division I and Division II brackets to not say this team is definitely going to win. I mean, are you going to say Allen is definitely not going to win? Or are you going to say Katy is definitely not going to win? Yeah. I don't think we can make that argument because they're that good that they're both certainly capable.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. The only one that I might argue with you about, and although I think that there's again enough teams in that bracket to give you pause, is Aledo. I still look at Aledo, I think, as a clear favorite in 5A Division II. But then again, you look up and down that bracket, and there's absolutely a number of teams that you could say, well, I could see them winning. For me, though, Aledo enters for me as a prohibitive favorite to win a title.
I might go there with you. Maybe it's in my mind what I'm thinking is the separation of getting to the championship versus winning the championship. Mm-hmm. And even then, I don't know that there's if you have to pick one and say who's going to beat Aledo. I mean, you'd say, well, maybe Cal Allen. Cal Allen didn't do it last year. Can they do it this year? If I was asked yesterday, somebody said, give me two teams that will be in the final. If we're just standing here picking right now, give me two. And those were the two I picked to be in the final in 5AD2. Mm-hmm. But Aledo would still be the favorite. Not necessarily a slam dunk they win it, but they would be the favorite.
I think you're right in that regard as well.